Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I got an article from the Ukrainian side of the propaganda war, and they report something about a French artillery system that was captured by the Russians. If you remember, France provided Ukraine with some Caesar artillery systems, and Russians claim that they captured some. So let's see here what these guys are telling us. This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine from June 25th, 2022. And the title is France denies Russian reports of a captured Caesar artillery piece. So earlier, French politician Regis de Castelnau said that the one of the Caesar howitzers France has supplied to Ukraine was captured by Russian troops. He said that, and then we have this information is false, said the General Staff of France. So a French politician said that one of the Caesar howitzers France has supplied to Ukraine was captured by Russian troops, but then his military staff, General Staff of France, says this information is false. And I'm quoting again, we categorically deny it. We've discussed this with our Ukrainian partners. Did you hear that? So we categorically deny deny it. And you know how we deny it and why? Based on what evidence? They tell the Ukrainian told us so, that it didn't happen. According to the armed forces of Ukraine, no evidence was provided to support the claim. That's true. That's true. But I'm pretty sure they will. But nevertheless, maybe not. Maybe they're lying. And I'm quoting, this indicates that the supply of weapons to Ukraine is a major blow to our enemy, and they are attempting to discredit the AFU with the French and suggest that its failure to keep arming our country, end quote. Armed Forces Strategic Command Communication Center said in a statement. Caesar is a modern French-made self-propelled howitzer capable of striking targets up to 42 kilometers away. So that's about 30 miles away. That's a modern. All right. Now, I got 2 points here. First, so what if they capture it? Are they going to stick it in their ass? Or they're gonna look at the French technological advancement in a freaking artillery system that's really just a basically cannon, a cannon. What do you think the Russians have to? Do you think that the Russians are coming from caves and the woods of whatever? You know what I mean? It's just from the taiga. They never seen they don't have artillery systems. They still use the ones with we're gonna go now. That's the one you think they're gonna use? Or they use the ones with the string, boom, like in the Second World War? Really? I mean, so what if they captured it? They will capture them. So what? They're gonna damage them. Yes. It's not because they have legs and they're gonna run away from the Russians. It's the Ukrainians who operate them, right? So whoever operates those, because they're independent, yeah, okay, they're going to go by themselves, is someone who commands them. So they will be caught, destroyed, and so on. So what? Do you think they're going to be caught? The Russians will have like hey, look at this. These French are very smart. Yes, we never thought of this. Oh my God, they're like 3,000 light years ahead of us. Do you think that's how gonna? So all right. Yeah, the other thing, yeah, they capture. So what? We're going to provide more. That's the first point. The other point is this. Let's say you are you are a judge, okay, which you are, let's say, France, and you have to judge between two witnesses who come with a different statements regarding the same event that occurred. Let's say a crime, and let's say they are the defendant and the plaintiff. So they are both here. One is pro, one is con, one is the accused, let's put it this way, the other one is the one who accuses. So boom, boom, you have them right here. And this guy tells his story, and this guy tells his story, or her, or whatever, okay? So the people, these guys tell the different story, opposite story. And now there's judge, and the judge says, I believe you. Okay, why? Because they didn't provide any evidence. Okay, well, is that the way it goes? It's your word versus the other words. You would ask, okay, I would like you, if no, the guy who claims to provide some evidence, show us some pictures. But you don't just say, I believe you because he didn't provide any evidence. I can say I categorically deny it. That means 100% deny it based on this guy's statement. You don't consider his statement whatsoever because he didn't provide yet any evidence. You should have, well, maybe I deny that based on the Ukrainian statements, but wait until these guys come with their proof, if they come. Or at least have a little bit of, let's say, 60-40. I believe you 60% because they did not provide the proof yet, but it doesn't mean they will not provide the proof. Or maybe they will not provide the proof. And that means they're lying. Only then I can categorically deny it. But I cannot categorically deny it just because this side is telling me a story. Because the other side tells me a different story. Unless I say these are all trustworthy and these are not at all. Or these guys are my boys, therefore I trust them. I have invested interest in here to demonstrate that they did not capture one. And therefore I will say categorically denied just because they told me so. Like you have two children and you have child one, child B, and they tell a different story. Hey, who broke the vase? God damn it, who broke it? It was him. No, it was him. How are you going to prove that? At least over there you see the broken vase, but in this case you should see the broken vase in the hands of the Russians, right? The Caesar artillery system. We didn't see it yet. But I can't say categorically. Or you can say, but you know what I mean? You don't want to be judged by the same standards, do you? I mean, if you take yourself, always, not always, but I would say always, when you are in this kind of circumstances, put yourself from objectivity, and if you can't be objective about it, put yourself into if you would want to be in that position. Let's say you want to put yourself in the issue of so-called gun control here in the United States. And say, yeah, that's a lot of people who crazy people use it and a lot of crime and all this. And okay, that's a fact. Okay. And we should control it and have the population, not the criminals, because you can control the criminals, the population, law-abiding population, be controlled, and maybe we can take their guns away. Let's say, maybe we can do that. Now, you might intellectually say, yeah, because that, in some people say, yeah, they will protect, will not be no more crime, no more mass shootings because the population, the citizens will be disarmed. That could be the ideology. And then the government who disarms everybody else, does whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? But then put yourself, you agree with that, put yourself in the shoes of the person who's going to be taking the guns away from him so he cannot defend himself. So you put yourself in that person's shoes. You stay home with your family watching TV or whatever you do, and you hear the cars parking in front of you on your driveway. You look down and you see about 5 thugs getting out of a car with baseball bats and other things coming to take care of yourself, and they're ready towards your door. Now you say, okay, wait a second, I'm going to do the right thing. I have no weapons. So let me call the police. 911, boom, and you're hit in the head because the responsible police average in the United States is 9 minutes from since you called until they show up. Average, there could be 20 or could be 1. All right. So nevertheless, let's say it's 1 minute. In a minute, those guys can take care of you and many things. Now, if you have a gun, you could probably defend yourself and your property and your family. So if you put yourself in that kind of circumstances, which is the one that I would like to have, and can be able to defend myself in my own home or in the street, someone attacks me with a baseball bat, like 5 people, what am I supposed to do? Let's go. That goes a certain way, a certain length, but then, you know what I mean? But this would go even longer than that. You just don't have to even use it. It's just, I got it. They're going to move back. I guarantee you that. At least, you know what I mean? Deterrent. And if they don't, anyway. So this is, put yourself in the situation over there. Including, I didn't put the situation of the government when the government becomes tyrannical, like history showed us many, many times. Becomes tyrannical, and then you have the population. That was the goal of the Second Amendment, among others. In case the government becomes tyrannical, the population has the duty to, depose that and change it. And how are we going to change it? Voting? In that case, no, because the government is tyrannical. So these are all in the Constitution, in the interpretation of the Constitution. There are writings about it. Even the people who the people who interpreted then, they explained certain things. Anyway, uh, in this case, it doesn't really matter if those guys capture it. So what? We're gonna send more. Go ahead. But nevertheless, it seems like it's, oh my God, it's a propaganda issue. What propaganda issue? You captured one, you captured 100. So what? The Ukrainians are seemingly losing anyway. Look at the Western expansion of the Russian army or whomever is over there. It was not only the Russian army, but nevertheless, they're going west, 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 west towards wherever they intend to stop. So what is to capturing one Caesar modern? How modern is like 1980s or something? I'm just anyway. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.